Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said this week that he and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi agreed to resume talks on another economic relief package. Mnuchin stated, "I've probably spoken to Speaker Pelosi 15 or 20 times in the last few days on the continuing resolution, or the CR. This is positive news, Joe Dawes. This means that maybe something will get done soon." It really has been an emotional roller coaster, one day from them talking to the next day just nothing. What's worse about this entire situation is that the livelihoods of millions of Americans are at risk. Mnuchin's comments made at the Senate Banking Committee hearing came as jobless claims rose to 825,000 last week and as stock markets remain very volatile. We are seeing sharp increases in new virus cases within the United States, and we now have over 200,000 of our fellow Americans who are deceased because of this virus. Mr. Mnuchin was very critical of the Democrats for making negotiations conditional on an agreement for a broad package that would cost more than $2 trillion, and he said that he hoped that Republicans and Democrats could pass targeted legislation on the items where they have agreement. So again, Joe Dawes, the Democrats are calling for a stimulus package north of $2 trillion, and Republicans want to see a stimulus package under $2 trillion. Democrats feel that Republicans are not spending enough money to help the economy, while Republicans are saying, let's take a more conservative approach. Let's start with a smaller package, and if more stimulus is needed, we can come back to the bargaining table for additional stimulus. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this video so far and finding value, please be sure to hit that like button. It goes a long way in helping to support and grow the channel so that YouTube pushes the videos out to a wider audience. Alright guys, so Speaker Pelosi said this week that she is expected to return to the negotiating table with Mr. Mnuchin, hopefully soon. She said it, and I quote, "I'm talking with my caucus and leadership and we'll see what we're going to do, but we're ready for a negotiation. That's what we're ready for." So top Democrats in the House of Representatives are now working on a $2.4 trillion package, which is $1 trillion less than the measure they approved in May, which was known as the HEROES Act, that could serve as a new basis for the Democratic position in negotiation, or it could be voted on as a standalone package in the upcoming days. Now, moderate Democrats have grown increasingly critical of Nancy Pelosi's leadership and her negotiations with the Republicans over the stimulus package. Some moderate Democrats have stated that they are contemplating signing onto a Republican discharge petition that would force a vote on legislation reviving the Paycheck Protection Program, which provides small loans to small businesses. Additionally, we now have about $130 billion in the Paycheck Protection Program that just remains unused, and the deadline to apply for loans expired on August 8th. So Nancy Pelosi, along with her Senate counterpart, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, have stressed publicly and privately for weeks now that they want the Democrats to remain united if and when any negotiations recommence. Now this week, Nancy Pelosi wrote a letter to her fellow House Democrats, and she said that she viewed party unity as crucial to changes in the stopgap government funding bill and urged Democrats to remain united in the stimulus negotiations. Pelosi stated, and I quote, "More needs have emerged with education, small businesses, restaurants, retail, and for airlines and others. Our unity served us well. Our unity will again serve us well in the ongoing COVID-19 relief negotiations." Additionally, guys, in testimony before Congress this week, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell again reiterated more fiscal support is likely to be needed in order for the U.S. economy to recover from the virus pandemic. Jerome Powell stated that another stimulus bill is crucial if the U.S. economic recovery is to continue. We still have a very long way to go. Now, top Wall Street analysts have warned that the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and the battle over her successor will further decrease the likelihood of another fiscal stimulus package passing before the upcoming election. Now, Trump just announced his Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett, and Republicans have already been preparing for a confirmation battle by mobilizing votes in the Senate ahead of time. Now, Stephanie Miller, who's a managing director of Fiscal Note Markets, agrees that the battle over the Supreme Court vacancy will be the, quote, death knell for virus relief negotiations prior to the election, as Republicans seek to jam through a nominee and Democrats are now preparing to take dramatic actions to impede the process. Additionally, Joe Dawes, economists at Wells Fargo Securities put the chances of another stimulus bill passing before the election at just 25%, saying that the prospects for an agreement look very unlikely given that both sides seem dug in and willing to wait things out. So guys, that is where we are currently on the status of a second stimulus package and a second stimulus check. If you found value in this video, please be sure to hit that like button and share the video with others on all your social media platforms, as it goes a very long way in helping to support and grow the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, as I'm posting valuable new information at least twice a week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.